I'm going to do a quick season review. I want to ask each person here. First of all, I mean, this was I'm not going to say it's one of the most memorable seasons in the NFL, but it was a pretty good one. What was your most memorable moment from this year? Did anybody have a memorable moment? What's yours?
My most memorable moment is when
Don't even say it.
Brett Favre threw that touchdown to Greg Lewis to beat the 49ers on the last play. After about 30, he was like a 30-something yard line, 32-yard line. Touchdown! Vikings!
All right, Derek, what's your most memorable moment?
I was not happy about that moment because that moment could have got us, if they had lost that game, we could have got home field. But my favorite moment of the season was when it involves Brett Favre, but it involves the Cardinals beating Brett Favre, literally and figuratively. That's. Antro Roll said at the beginning of the season, "We're going to get him," and they got him.
All right, Lawrence, yours?
Well, shoot. My favorite moment was when the 49ers got in that Cardinal tail the second game and forced, like, what was it, like 7, 8 turnovers?
Yeah, 7 turnovers.
Yeah, that was like the that was a good game.
Well, I'm demented and deranged. My most memorable moment was when Chad Johnson put the sombrero on. What the sombrero?
That's when we get it ripped in Dallas.
That too. Oh yeah. Well, I'm sorry, that said that's Ocho Cinco when he put the sombrero on.
Didn't he change his name to something else too?
He think he was going to. He never did.
What is he gonna change it to?
I don't know.
It's a Japanese name or
yeah, like a Japanese.
Yeah.
Bach or something like that.
yeah. All right. Well, yesterday, Patriots. This is another questionable game. They were playing the Houston Texans. Patriots need to win this game. They had 3 seed. They still got it though, because the Bengals lost. But in this game, they got up. They took Brady out. Then they got down. They put Brady back in, which I didn't understand. And then they got down again. They took him back out. But of course they lost Wes Welker in this game. Can the Patriots? I don't think anybody is picking them to go all the way this year anyway. But can the Patriots go further this is far without Wes Welker?
It's not going to matter because I think that they're going to lose in the divisional playoff game anyway. But all those haters that were saying Jim Caldwell's a fool for not playing Peyton Manning, this is what happens. Y'all can shut up now.
Anybody else got thoughts on that?
I don't think they can, without Wes Welker, they can't beat Baltimore. I don't think they have a chance. But I don't. It's like Darius. I don't pick the Patriots to beat Baltimore anyway. I think Baltimore would be too physical for them, and it'll come down to whose running game is the best, especially with Wes Welker out there.
All right, we don't want to talk too much about that. We'll get to that later.
Yeah,
we'll break that down later. All right, the other thing from this season, the Broncos, they started the season off 6-0. They're only the third team since the merger to start 6-0, not make the playoffs. What went wrong with the Broncos this year?
They didn't have that actually referee all their games.
Well, that happened last year, and they still didn't make the playoffs. So what was the difference?
I think, like, you got Brandon Marshall. He's still an enigma. He'll set the record for 20 games, for 20 receptions, and then the next game he can't even play. He gets in an argument with the coach before the game.
But you don't put that on Daniels' his inexperience. I think that's something to do with it as well.
That has something to do with it. I never really thought their roster was that great, especially when Andre Davis is one of your starting linebackers. So I thought in a way they kind of overachieved, in my opinion.
I agree.
I think the Broncos, when you get a coach from the Belichick family tree, it seems like all those coaches have like this bit of arrogance that even if they haven't done anything to deserve.
I don't think Romeo had that. Romeo didn't have that.
Romeo Cornell didn't have it. Romeo is the notable exception. Charlie Weiss has it. Eric Mangini has it. Josh McDaniels has it. And they haven't amounted to jack in the league at this point. I think that it's his personality that kind of kept this team stuck where it was, because it was where it was last year. I mean, I'm out on the outside looking in after losing several games in a row.
I don't know. I just think, like I said, I would probably put more on the coach. It's like, weren't you watching last season? But then the other thing, too, is I think they just ran with the momentum because they had a big win their first game over Cincinnati. That was an unbelievable finish.
Yeah, that was almost my memorable play.
That set the tone for the whole beginning part of this.
Yeah, that set the tone for the beginning part of their season. So I think, it caught up with them, and it's like people started figuring them out. And, they lost, the next 8 out of 10 games or something like that. So
that game was Christmas in September. I mean, because if Stokely had not been there, that game would have been over. The Bengals would have had that game.
Yeah, and then the last game of the season, must-win game. How do you lose at home to the Chiefs and lose 44-24? And I can understand you got 3 receivers out, 3 of your best receivers out, but that's no excuse for your defense to go 44 points to one of the worst offenses in the league at home. That's inexcusable.
Yeah. That's great. Who are the chefs?
All right, next question. Chris Johnson, 2,000-yard season this year. This achievement, is it greater today than when O.J. did it, when Jamal Lewis did it, or when Dickerson did it? Is it diminished at all?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Oh, you can go ahead.
From when O.J. did it, yes, because O.J. only did it in 14 games.
It's only diminished because of the amount of games? That's the only reason?
Well, the amount of games when it comes to O.J. Jamal got 500 of those yards against one team. So that almost merits an asterisk. Dickerson got 2,100. So, and then of course, Terrell Davis got 2,000.
True. So yeah.
But I think that when OJ did it, plus OJ was the first to do it, and so I think that it's somewhere between Jamal Lewis's and OJ's. So it's somewhere in the middle.
Sure.
But it's still a feat. It's still, props to Chris Johnson.
I think in a way, I kind of think it's more of an achievement now, just because all the teams now they have a 2-back system, and teams now they pass the ball more. So
I'm gonna agree with Sean right when he has the same thing I was about to say.
So that's why I think in a way,
So I
in
must
a way,
be getting sick.
in a way, I look at it as a better achievement now, but you make a good point about it. Him doing it in fewer games.
Yeah.
And that's going to be accomplishment in itself.
I think his achievement is better than Jamal Lewis and Dickerson. I don't think anybody can do what OJ did in that many games, but I put it up there ahead of Jamal Lewis and Dickerson because, like he said, 2-back system and the way that not only the way the league is run nowadays, but the way they referee the games and the rules now, it makes it more passer friendly. So it's harder for a guy to run the ball that much.
Yeah, then you got to look at the way they started too. They were 0-6. Yeah, they started 0-6, and then they made that little run, and plus he ran under 2 quarterbacks too. So I mean, considering all that, I think that was pretty damn good.
All right. Well,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I think I would say OJ's record is bigger than Eric Dickerson's, even though Eric Dickerson had 100 more yards.
Oh yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, OJ was just sharper.
All right, we go take a quick break because I think we running a little bit of time on this segment. When we come back, we're gonna talk about the season awards. Everybody's gonna pick who they got for offensive MVP and defensive MVP and things like that. So we're gonna take a quick break.